So I think it's been a while since I last did one of these, and this is the next update in terms of what I'll do in progression. Um, the last time I did one of these, I was about to head off to the Flatlands 600, and I think I can't remember whether I did an update after that. Anyway, I did the 600. It was a fantastic event, about 50 of us riding, and it was hard. In terms, it was a great fun event. There was about 50 of us on the road. It had wind, we had rain. Being on the flatlands, you'd think this is going to be something that's going to be really easy. You can just spin through it. However, because of the headwinds and everything else that's going on, really quite tough. On top of that, being flat, it's not as if you've got the hills where you'll put a lot of effort in and then you've got to coast downhill and you get some recovery time. Lots of it is you're just spinning the whole time. And rode with some fantastic people, got to meet and chat. Many people were doing it as a practice in preparation for LEL, particularly as it uses the same route as London, Edinburgh, London. And lots of people looking at it as a 600 as practice for that. So it was really good. And I'm sure that I'm going to meet up with a lot of those people again in August. So that was really good fun. By the end of it, yes, I was spent. It was hard. You got through all your energy. Nutrition was difficult. Water was on take, and by the end of it, I got to the end, 35 hours door to door kind of thing. Really fancy the beer and fish and chips. However, in terms of being picked up to do the last bit back into London, didn't have quite time for that. So that was another event later on. Then the remainder of that week, I was working from London, which meant that I could actually do some recovery. I did some riding in Epping Forest, which is fantastic, with my brother-in-law. Did it with the kids as well, the cousin, my nephews and my son, and then that was great. After that, it's been back into training, and at the moment, it's starting to come into a really good position. The other minor things that are going on in the background at the same time is things like my work bike, which has now got 75,000 kilometres on it. It got to the point where the front dynamo hub being shutter precision one with the sealed bearings into it, they wear out eventually. Cost of the hub is not inconsequential, but it's almost disposable. You can't replace the bearings anyway, so I got a new wheel built up. So thank you to Ed down at the Cycle Garage in West Bridgford. He did the service for me as well on the Alpine hub. It needs an oil change. It needed oil after the amount of time it's been done, but it's nice to have that running again. So after that, there was various other bits and pieces going on. The normal routine, went back to the normal routine of doing Zwift and doing road and all the rest of it. Followed by then, by the time I got my bike back and gave it a shakedown on Monday morning, definitely very powerful. Definitely some things were hooked up, and then certainly the improvement that's come from the Flatlands 600 and everything else that's gone around it certainly helped. That was grand. That was really good. Then last week, to continue the week, 5 hours on the road, going out. I'm going to do out to Skegness with my work colleagues, which I'm quite looking forward to. So I took the opportunity to go and check out some of the routes. I've done the GPX file and the Strava route for everybody else to follow, but I didn't want to kind of like be misleading or make an error and end up somewhere we shouldn't do. So I did go out on Tuesday night, went out 5 hours, had the tailwind, thankfully, for the first 60 kilometres, out went, checked out what I wanted to check out, came back remarkably fresh, feeling very active, very good about that. So that was that one. Then Wednesday recovery, Thursday morning went out on the Concorde, absolutely battered some good times on that, really enjoyed it, and then followed by Friday feeling rather depleted. Oh no, Friday I didn't ride. There was other things going on in the family life, which meant that I didn't ride on Friday morning. So instead, I was transferred it across onto the Sunday instead. We've had various things going on with people going off doing runs, people going off doing hikes, camping and all the rest of it, splitting up. So my opportunity was Sunday afternoon. Went out, absolutely aced a 70-kilometre ride on the Enigma, really showing that my body is in the position where I want it to be, going on the run to Lel. And the last 10k coming home after fantastic, glorious sunshine and all the rest of it, absolutely threw it down. Came back like a drowned rat. But it was good. Everything's looking good. After that, it's now Monday, so I probably haven't done this for a fortnight or so. So there's your catch up. This morning went back to doing Zwift because I thought I'd do a constructive one. Did Johnny Fives, so 5 minute on, 3 minute off, 5 repeats. Certainly got some sting in my legs after yesterday. But then going forward, my plan this week is another 5 hours, but low intensity tomorrow night, so Tuesday, Wednesday recovery, Thursday morning I'm going to do something, followed by Friday I get a rest, and then depending on how everything ticks in, there's lots of moving parts at the moment, birthday parties, park runs and all the rest of it, I will get time to do a ride over Saturday, Sunday. That should be either 300k or 400k, depending on how much time allowance I've got and boldness I've got in terms of what route I want to take. But that's where it's looking at the moment. Projection wise, things are looking good in terms of going towards LEL. In terms of organisation at home, things are starting to come into plan. There's 1 or 2 mechanical bits that I need to address, particularly with gearing. At the moment, Flatlands 600 was good. I was riding a 1227 rear block. Because my 1129 is worn out. So I replaced it. I thought I'd replace it with like for like, but it's actually a 1227, not a 1129. But even then, the 29 is a little bit low for some of the steeper stuff. I Everested on it, but I was in the bottom granny ring. I would like to go to a 31, but it means changing the rear cage on the rear mech. So I need to investigate whether that's worth doing. So that's where it is at the moment, but everything else is progressing well. My little blue bike, the little whippy steel one, has got some work on it as well recently, and managed to sort out some of the shed and the woodwork and all the rest of it, and it's looking good. That's my update. Probably very similar to what some of the other updates have been. However, everything's going the right way. In terms of the project plan for November, there is some actions that have gone in the background. There's some responses I've been having and some thoughts that I've got. More to be declared at a later date. And yeah, that's looking good. Oh, the other one I did an off-roading. Yeah, I went down to Leicester. If you do VeloViewer tiles, there's one tile, there's one that I couldn't get. I needed to take an off-road bike to go and get it. It's one that I've been circling around it by roads, but I couldn't get to it by road bike, which meant that as we were down in Leicester, we took the opportunity to take my son and my brother out to go and get a square, stand in the field, get it, and then it's a dead pixel that's been taken off the list on my VeloViewer squares. So now I've got 47 square. I've got a route to much higher as well. However, it means that do I want to get a gravel bike or a mountain bike and go down the Trents, and it'd be a bit like Tetris where you get a 4 block in and they'll all go. It's kind of that kind of thing. So that was another exciting bit that I've done over the past fortnight as well. So there's your update. Keep on riding.